Rubio is someone who basically got really whacked pretty seriously after that debate in New Hampshire about a week and a half ago, and he was whacked for being scripted and for repeating the same things over and over again. And politicians have been doing that for years. And you know, I can't name a politician who doesn't do that. And yet Rubio has sort of created this perfect sort of disciplined permission structure around himself, where he will actually create a situation where he will get in trouble for doing something like that. Whereas Donald Trump, his trademark is being able to say anything and being unscripted, and that becomes his brand in a sense. So I think a lot of it depends on what kind of apparatus you build up around you and what kind of brand you build up.
Yeah, it's very interesting, John Meacham. Ronald Reagan, his supporters proudly said he gave the same speech for 30 years.
Yeah, and I think it was Pat Schroeder, wasn't it, who coined the phrase Teflon president for Reagan. Yeah. So I think that entered the vernacular with him. The traditional explanation, and Mark has forgotten more about this than I know, is that things stick because it suits a prevailing narrative, right? So George H.W. Bush and the supermarket scanner. Right. Despite whatever the details of that might have been, he seemed out of touch, and so therefore it stuck. So to some extent, this is also a media issue, because in the making of a campaign narrative, you have to have and again, another cliche, we have to have these defining moments.
Right.
So Rubio has that defining moment. I just think what Trump has done and what Sanders is doing on the left is turning these rules upside down.
Yeah. Mark, you were talking briefly about definitions of shame for politicians, and it reminds me of the cultural impact of Daniel Patrick Moynihan's great essay on Defining Deviancy Now,
right.
In that our standards, our definitions, what shocks and shames, never mind candidates, but what shocks the American public is now so much less than it was just a fraction of time ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
It's true, and I think, in a way, Trump has sort of created this power around not apologizing. I mean, that has become his trademark. I don't think he's apologized. I mean, he's certainly offended a lot of people in this campaign, but I can't remember him apologizing for anything, and I think that's part of the appeal, and I think that's part of the exhilaration of someone who feels he can get away with things and who, frankly, does get away with things. So, again, I mean, Rubio's created a different set of standards, and, maybe Hillary Clinton has also, but again, you sort of do create this kind of mystique around yourself where you can get away with certain things that others can't.
All right, Leibovich, thank you so much. We always love talking to you.